right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for My Hero Academia, Season 4, Episode 15.
And oh boy, Overhaul got overhauled.
Yeah, and Sir is dead.
Yeah, that too, yes. But the League of Villains, boy.
Yeah, League of Villains, Shigaraki, this was his moment last episode. I mean, his moment as far as doing something proactively. We have our heroes mourning the loss of a great hero, but Shigaraki now basically can decide the tempo of what he wants to do with this stuff.
Yep.
Because, correct me if I'm wrong, Jacob, but wasn't there a red and a blue?
Yeah, it was
case?
very Matrix-y kind of, the red pill and the blue pill. Yeah.
Is there a possibility that they already have a cure?
I'm not sure. I feel like they might have mentioned that last episode.
It might be just in bullet form and capsule form or something like that.
Maybe, but they only have max of 4 of the true neutralizing quirk things. Because what my question is do they have the capabilities to mass produce it now that they have the at least the perfect anti-quirk one?
Yeah.
Or is that something where they just have a certain number of shots that they can now use within the story from here on out?
Yeah, we'll see. It's probably actually more than, now that I think about it, it's probably that they have the quirk boosting stuff and then the quirk removing stuff like that.
Oh, sure.
But anyway, the main thing is that Shigaraki took off the hands of Overhaul. They just completely destroyed the police escort. A hero basically was the only thing to stop it from being a complete massacre.
Yeah.
One thing that I didn't catch on first watch, but on second rewatch I did, was that Overhaul, when his hands were removed by Shigaraki said, if I don't cut off your hands or your arms at that point, your entire body will crumble. So Shigaraki's quirk has gotten stronger.
Okay. And that kind of makes sense.
That's terrifying.
Well, right, because it changes the parameters a bit, but how else would someone like Shigaraki practice?
Exactly. It's something where he's basically had it now spread continue spreading even when he's not touching you. Which means if he 5 fingers you, you're done.
So Aizawa,
you got lucky. You got lucky, Aizawa.
Very lucky.
Yeah.
Don't let that happen again.
No. That'd just be a really terrifying thing where they're as long as you can keep him from touching you sustainedly, then you should be fine. And then you just killed someone.
Oh, yeah. So, well, and the thing is that if you don't think very fast, what are you going to do on the battlefield? That just suddenly, oh no, it's still going. But
are we going to get a new OP this episode? Are we going to shift arc structure entirely? Are we going to bleed through a little bit from the Overhaul situation?
The stuff with Eri.
Yeah. I guess we'll find out. So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into it. All right, everyone, then be sure to go check out the reaction portion of the video in the description below, and then come back here for the discussion. All right, so we've got a lot of things here. I did forget that they were making a deal with the whole product thing of it being the finished product being a specific one. So maybe the other one is the unfinished one. It doesn't have to be the quirk.
That's true.
Okay, big changes coming within the OP. Let's briefly talk about the OP because it's mostly just speculation. But we're getting a culture festival, of some kind,
and that
with maybe a concert.
Haruhi
Suzumiya, remind that was my favorite part probably about the whole freaking show.
This is okay. So there's all the fun that can happen there, but for me personally, all of this stuff that they showed in the OP needs to happen. It needs to happen so bad. I don't know how
they're gonna do it.
They could totally do it.
But I think what the way they would do it is they would have to make it some kind of event where it feels a little bit like they're learning something. Because it's a school and it's all that stuff and what have you. And if it's them volunteering in a way to work as a team, I think that's probably the best thing they can do about it.
One of the other things they can do too is that they focused on Jiro a lot in the opening. That could be something. That could be something where because they can use, if they go slice of life for however long they go slice of life, they can use this to focus on the characters. That's one of the best things that you can do with slice of life.
Right.
But also because this is they brought up that the villains are planning something big, so having the villains be out of the picture for a time means that they could actually have a respite right? Where nothing crazy's happening. Sure. And if nothing's happening at school, other than, say, the culture festival, but no, like, crazy quirk practicing or something, but there could be some quirk aspect to the culture festival, because this is a world of quirks. But it's also the idea that this is a situation where basically, because they have established that some of the kids are kind of still processing what happened,
right?
This can be a very intentional bit of normalcy that they put in here so that they can realize, like, okay, life goes on,
right?
That happened. How do I feel about that? Okay, it's okay.
Yeah,
it's okay.
I love the idea of this being a thing. I wanted some kind of respite, but I wanted to say that the OP potentially gives away, like, even who's on the actual like
Jiro
concert.
on lead guitar.
We have Jiro on lead guitar. We have Tokoyami either on bass or just backup guitar.
I think bass, yeah.
We have Momo on keys.
Right.
We have no, I think actually
Kaminari's on electric or bass. That might be bass.
That actually might be bass now that I think about it.
Or they could both be
He's
electric.
capoing with his fingers, so I would say he's actually on electric guitar. Bass wouldn't do that necessarily. Actually, they might.
No, I think you still do. But yeah, point
either way, they're on guitars, and then we have freaking. I believe that is our boy
with the tail. Yeah.
With the tail.
Yeah, like that looks like the little tuft in the back. Yeah.
Oh,
or maybe not.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Okay, let's go through it a little bit. See if it gets closer.
If that's his hand up there,
right?
That could be Bakugo.
That could be Bakugo on drums, which would make a lot of sense.
Explosive drums. So it's either Bakugo.
Oh, if it's
Ojiro.
If it says explosive drums, then that's totally Bakugo.
No, I was saying explosive drums sounds like a very cool kind of thing. I would say it says it anywhere because he never moves.
But that looks like Bakugo.
Oh wait, actually, let's just look at this full color image here. That should actually show. Bakugo. No, it doesn't look like
Bakugo's got a harmonica.
Yeah. No, if anything. There's no one here who's handling the drums.
Well, right.
But all the other instruments seem to be consistent.
Right. Kaminari is still on a guitar, and Tokiyami is still on a guitar.
With the sexy sax.
But, oh man, I am so excited. Like...
That would be cool if they had the actual concert part, but then they had the brass part with like a marching band of sorts.
Yeah. I mean, there's all kinds of things they could do, and they could really get creative with it because it's a world of quirks.
Yeah.
So.
Man. Okay, that's just good fun.
That was just that.
There were a lot of little like kind of character vignettes and stuff in the OP and ED, and there's not really as much to discuss about those. But okay, we have this new villain who is one of All For One's subordinates that he specifically raised up. Yep. That's something that says, if I ever go away in the future, at that time you ever feel uneasy, you should rely on him. Now, what's interesting is that they're making this character seem like someone that's actually not just a meathead, giant kaiju type character.
Because physically, okay, he's very powerful, so protecting Tomura in that sense, but yeah. And the fact that...
Gigantomachia.
Right. Basically, giant mech.
It's literally that.
But one of the things that I thought was really interesting here is that Kurogiri... Now, granted, he's a villain, right? So he doesn't... it's not like he's surprised that they want to arrest him, but he's saying, hey, this is actually something we should probably be able to agree on. I'm just here on some business, to talk to somebody. Now, maybe it's because it's the... now, I don't know why. Because he would think that, because if he's trying to recruit this guy or get him to help them, then that's kind of an issue. But it seemed like he was kind of expecting, like, this actually isn't what it looks like. You guys should be okay with what I'm about to do.
So maybe it's a thing of where this guy, everyone knows about this big guy that kind of lives in these mountains or something like that. And it seems he's gotten a little too much attention. Okay, so what might be the issue here is that Kurogiri was maybe coming to him for advice. And it had nothing to do with actually the obvious thing of relying on his physical quirk. But if he's a big boy, maybe he's also a big brain.
Sure.
Maybe just everything about him is massive. So he's actually a giant, like, super high IQ, like...
Sure, and that's why he's like, hey, no, what I'm doing here is reasonable because I'm just talking to him.
Yeah,
he's not going to cause any trouble. I'm just talking to him. Now, people have been
starting because
to get
you're attacking me...
Right, that causes issues. And
now he might actually.
Right, and people have started to get aware that he's here, which is a problem. And theoretically, I could relocate him, but
that's the other thing. Maybe his eventual goal was like, hey, just to let you know, I have the ability to relocate you at any point you want. So and I can bring you back to this area again at any time you want.
Right, since you probably won't be able to stay hidden in one location forever, since you're such a big dude.
Well, that's the other thing. The fact that we have so many characters with like massive, become big, big, like Mountain Lady, Ryukyu turning into a big dragon. There's so many quirks that make people larger. That one guy in the She Has a Kai who turned himself
the sort of Bane looking guy,
who sucked the life force out of people and got stronger. Stuff like that. I almost like assume at this point that this guy has a humanoid form that he could walk around in.
Sure.
And the only reason why he's big probably right now is just because he's like, oh, someone's attacking Kurogiri? Well, then they're going to die.
Right.
Then I'm going to just destroy them.
Yeah.
And he leveled like the mountainside with his...
It's kind of an issue.
So okay, cool.
Here's our main villain. Oh my god, yes. Yes.
Well,
wait.
What?
So, okay.
What?
Tinfoil hat theory. But okay. We've got a school slice of life potential arc coming up.
Right.
Now,
it's not going to be a long arc either.
Sure.
It's going to be short, probably.
But what would be the perfect way to cap that off?
Just to disrupt it?
Yes.
Oh, no, suddenly a kaiju attack.
Suddenly a kaiju attacks. Think about it. I mean,
you're
and
not
we have
wrong.
to defend the cultural festival from the kaiju. Like, I mean, that sounds like that just sounds like you're taking...
I don't want my cultural festival to be disrupted.
No. But since we're already bringing a cultural festival into a hero show, right, which is wonderful, then we also bring kaiju into the cultural festival. Because why not? Have it be a massive cultural festival. All the different aspects of anime, all the tropes and things, all that, all packed into one tight little box.
It was a decent joke. I mean, it was okay. But the connection to All for One is exciting because then it doesn't seem like the character is going to be just a meathead. Someone who could be actually a legitimate threat and not just a I run around and stomp things. Mirio and Deku, best actual part of the episode in my opinion. This conversation needed to happen. This is something that was also I'm very glad didn't have Sir or All Might involved directly, but they had to end the conversation by showing that All Might just happened to be listening in.
Yep.
Of course, my heart definitely needed that.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
The ease at which Deku talking about the possibility of passing One for All to Mirio, and just like I don't need it. Think about what Mirio is saying here. Mirio is saying that his goal to save 1 million people as a hero is something that he's going to do.
Yep.
And the thing is that his goal in saving 1 million people is something that he doesn't need One for All in order to do that. And also, he's bringing up the idea that there's a slight possibility, way in the future, eventually, that if Eri learns to control her quirk, I might get my quirk back. So, 2, I can still go back to the way things were eventually. And 3, my mentor, as he was dying, gave me his final bit of foresight to say that if I keep going with this, I will be a fine hero.
Well, not just that. He said, "You will be the finest hero," and I would say that Mirio has already reached that right here with what he did here because I
wanted to do my fourth thing with this as well. He's saying, but then if if you gave your quirk to me, that'd cause trouble for you, right? Just the idea that he's like, wait, no. I wouldn't want to take away your quirk just to ruin your chances of being a great hero. Like, look at what you did here. It just blows my mind that
it's because here Deku is having a bit of a crisis, right? And he comes to Mirio and he he offers him everything. And that's...
Well, theoretically.
Yeah. But the thing is, that's coming from a place, and Mirio can see that it's coming from a place in Deku of feeling inadequate, right?
Yeah.
Immensely inadequate. And Mirio says, no, it's all right. Because in an indirect way, because I'm here.
Yep.
I'll be just fine. You don't need to worry about me.
Yep.
I will still save the million people without a quirk. I don't need a quirk for that. Now, will he actually be able to? Who knows, right? Who knows? But he tells Deku this here, and he absolutely, and not only does Deku believe it, but Mirio believes it, and Deku can see that Mirio believes it.
Yeah.
And that is incredible. That completely puts Deku's mind at ease.
Yeah.
Beyond just the fact that turning down something like that is a pretty incredible thing to do in general, right? But, yeah.
Yeah. And then All Might, listening in on this, he was just about to go visit Mirio. Think about this.
Yeah.
This is the guy who was part of the reason why, in some ways, Mirio's mentor was the way that he was. However, Mirio got to see the best side of Night Eye.
Yes.
Because Night Eye knew what, Mirio could represent essentially for the world if things went the way that he was hoping they would go. All Might wasn't going here because Deku went here.
No.
All Might was going here specifically probably to apologize.
Yeah.
Because he knows the undo. He knows about the tension that he put on Night Eye and thus might have subsequently put onto Mirio via their falling out that they had all those years ago.
Yeah.
And the fact that Deku and him had this conversation, he goes, okay, he's okay. And that just hurts because it just shows how much All Might cares, but it's also that All Might was like, I don't know, like this close to maybe even, I don't know, breaking down in front of Mirio. That would have been really hard to see for, like, I mean, in some ways for like the two brightest smiling heroes of the whole, group that we've got here to be having that moment. So
and by doing this here, Mirio was strong for both Deku and All Might.
Yeah.
Without a quirk.
Yep. Saving them both.
Yep.
I loved this thing of Deku saying, okay, I'll be waiting for him to return to UA. One of the things that excites me about this is that with Mirio coming back to UA, one of the things that this, I would say, eases a little bit of my heart with regard to the story of MHA is that they're going to finally break the divide of the first years, third years, all that whole thing. And MHA has done that for a while now. But because of things like them becoming, licensed heroes, essentially, there's not much really that divides them in terms of role, other than the fact that they're all different levels of student.
Right.
That's
exactly.
it, which is pretty arbitrary when it comes to Hero Society. Because, someone could be really smart, like Momo. Someone could have a really crazy quirk, like Todoroki. Someone could have, an incredible drive or what have you, like Deku. And it just means the schools all mingle together more, which I feel like is perfect setup for culture festival, crazy shenanigans, whatever that ends up being. I love it. We end up having them going and getting a lot of, kind of conversations with the police and stuff. And that's good. We have Bakugo and Todoroki. They're prepping for their provisional license course exam retake. Bit there. I loved that they're talking about consoling them, and then Ida's like, wait, we should do it quietly. And it's him specifically remembering when Deku came back from the Eri mission, or from the patrol that ended up with him bumping into Eri and all that. And Deku's just like, not doing well.
Right, because of course he's not.
And then Ida remembering that and bringing this up here. But then, of course, specifically once, Deku remembers how he can be a hero by helping everyone smile and not worry themselves, then Ida feels free to just be Ida.
I was
the most worried about you. Like, I'm extremely. And just everyone else just be like, oh, that's great.
I gotta say though, I really love what they did with Uraraka this episode because I feel like lately Uraraka has kind of been relegated to the Deku-kun.
Well, that's unfortunate. I think the shonen fight thing, not necessarily just Uraraka was like that. That was Night Eye when he got wasted and it just was.
Oh no, yeah. I'm not talking about in
recent episodes.
Yeah, I'm not talking about in recent episodes. I'm talking about in recent arcs. You know,
sure, okay.
Because that is a big development for Uraraka. That's a big thing to deal with. You know, especially at this age. And but I wanted to see more of the kind of stuff like during the tournament arc with you know her showing the kind of person that she was. So having her also struggle with the idea of something as simple as she carried Night Eye to safety, but
she didn't save him.
Mm-hmm. That is a crazy thing for a kid to need to deal with. Like
this teacher, this more pro hero actually, was gored twice through the body.
And even though she knows, she wasn't there to be able to stop him getting gored in the first place. Right. You know, she did everything she could. It's not like she took a really long time getting him up there or whatever. But that's not going to be able to quiet the voices in her head and everything that's saying, maybe you could have done something. Maybe it's your fault. You know.
Yeah.
Like, so
I would love to have some moments where just Tsuyu, who's got the frog kind of calm, collected thing where she doesn't get perturbed as much by the emotions and stuff like that, just kind of consoles Uraraka. Yeah. That would be really wonderful.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I feel like Uraraka is a character that definitely has her moments of vulnerability, and I would say that that's something that's fantastic for all the characters to have moments of vulnerability. But I would say that this was one where we're like, oh, good, this is something that showcased that it did affect her, and hey, it's a completely separate thing, yes, from our main characters, so that's really good. I like that Tsuyu also noticed that.
Yep.
And did Tsuyu actually instigate the actual question that made her say that, or was it? No. Is it when they were talking with Aizawa, and then Aizawa was like, "You all did everything you could. The responsibility lies with us, and I won't tell you to be positive right away. Take this and think about what you want to do." And then it transitions to back into the school, and she says out loud, "I want to save people."
Yep.
And then Tsuyu kind of just goes, okay. Tsuyu will remember that.
Right. Okay, but what was that thing? I almost wonder if that was like an animation problem or something, because...
No, what?
For his eye.
He's poking into Kirishima's hair there.
Oh.
Like, I thought you were talking about Kirishima's eye.
All right, gotcha. So it's just a joke. Okay.
This is a visual gag.
Gotcha.
Haha, there was a gag order, and then we have a visual gag happening here. I thought you were talking about Kirishima's eye the whole time.
Oh, no.
I was like, yeah, maybe he's, something or what have you, but no, he's just shutting it probably. But that is really funny, though. Because they didn't, like, respond to it. He wasn't like, ow, So I wasn't sure. Yeah, that's more just probably a goofy little, like, thing that...
Yeah, it was right.
Yeah, it remains there. That's cute. That's funny. But I loved this because there was no need for any like explanation to remind the other characters or us what this means. Kirishima, Mina comes up, it's like, "You okay?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "I'm not there yet." And then she's like, "I see." And then completely shifts with it.
That was wonderful.
But it's so good to tie things back to their past and to showcase that they've got their dreams and what they want and how they're going about things, and that Mina is not doing this to hold him accountable,
right?
But is checking in on him, be like, "Hey, you okay, buddy?"
Yep.
And then Kirishima's like basically saying like, well, he's not answering yes or no, but he kind of is by saying, "I'm not there yet. So, I'm still on the path."
Yeah. I'm not doing fully good just yet, but I'm getting there. Yeah.
Right, but also the promise that he made to her back in the past and stuff. So that's fantastic. It's a little efficient way to bring that up. Bakugo and Todoroki have early morning stuff. We get a lot of recap here. Deku's mind is racing. Find out that they did capture Kurogiri, though.
Which is one big plot wrecker that is removed from things.
I put him straight into Tartarus, alongside
definitely.
All for One. He's way too...
I would almost make a special prison for him so that he doesn't ever know where Tartarus is, so he couldn't... if something went wrong, he wouldn't bust everyone out.
Yes, maybe you're right. Maybe the joke with Kurogiri is that they put him, really in, the most obscure place ever. Or they put him in an area where he's, it's not that he's restrained, because he probably could gate himself out rather well, but it's just that he's constantly asleep and sedated. That could be interesting.
Yep.
Yep. So they said the search is still ongoing, so that's going to be interesting to see where that comes up. But then we have Endeavor and All Might.
And,
all right, that's good. And then we have all the Shiketsu. I think there's Shiketsu is the school that they're from. Yes, Shiketsu.
Right.
Students come back. And now we see Kami as she actually is Kami.
Right.
Or Kami or what have you. What I love about this, though, is that Kami is probably even flirtier and more direct than Toga was as Kami, which is hilarious because that means maybe Toga was stalking her for quite a bit and actually mimicked a bit of her personality to blend in rather well.
Potentially, yeah.
So when people saw her being ooh, it was oh, well, yeah, that's just Camille, right?
Right, yeah, it didn't surprise them, yeah.
But in this case, Camille's tastes run a little bit into the hot and cold variety.
Right, and she called Todoroki a thoroughbred, which, oh boy, that probably isn't the kind of thing to get on his good side.
Yeah. That's something that I actually feel like is actually legitimate foreshadowing and world building.
Oh, yeah?
Because when I think of Horikoshi, his seemingly favorite thing to do is introduce new character designs and what have you. But his writing will have moments like this where he'll have words or phrases or things just kind of dropped in there, and it's that's what's on his mind at the moment when he's writing this. So it leaks out almost the world building.
So you think
stuff.
He's going to be going for some kind of
Endeavor, Todoroki sort of focused bit with this here. And the idea that Endeavor called his son is hey, son!
Yeah.
I'm going to watch your thing. And it immediately hangs up. Well, I'm oh, shoot!
Yeah.
I love it!
Well, and with the whole theory of, Dabi being a Todoroki, yeah, and well, and the fact that she said thoroughbred specifically, given, that it's probably not too crazy to know in public knowledge that it was a quirk marriage.
I think it's probably very public knowledge given that the heroes literally are marketed as icons. We're just good point. And he's literally the X number 2 or potentially number 1 hero now, depending on how that whole change and stuff works once All Might leaves.
Oh yeah. So, I think he's totally number 1 now.
Right. Yeah. So just the idea that it's oh, that's a thing that Kami just casually brings up. All right.
Yeah.
We'll be watching the whole Todoroki situation.
Yeah.
And also this whole exam thing, the way they have the camera set up to have all the hallways be looked at, it's almost as if they're thinking, we're gonna go to sleep in our bunks or what have you and get ready for the thing tomorrow, where it's wake up. We're going now, and this whole environment that you think you've been used to is actually a labyrinth. And we are
exactly.
We're going.
Right.
I love that idea as well, because this feels in a weird way. Just gonna throw this out there. The minute I saw that they had in UA that bunk area for the students to stay at, right?
Oh yeah.
I'm that's getting attacked at some point. And this feels
this feels like a
that
hotel,
place got attacked,
escape this facility kind of a thing. This is now a death trap. You thought it was going to start a bit later. No, it's already started. Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yep.
But next arc incoming, we got an ED that's very reflective and showcases pasts of adult pro heroes. I am all for that.
Me too.
All for that. So
I think there was one that showcased
Toga here.
Right. But then when let's go to the one where it shows all of them. Yeah. Okay. So, man.
I love everyone's sleeping attire. It's
Yes.
adorable. I love that there's a white rabbit getting passed around by the UA
Coda?
folk here. Yeah, I love also Invisible Girl here.
Yeah.
It's adorable.
Well, also, I love the expressions on all of them.
Yeah, all the faces don't seem happy. They seem kind of somber, if anything.
And contemplative, melancholy, maybe.
Yeah. Also, I wanted to bring up, that's Mirio right there, right?
Yeah.
He's next to Eri.
Yeah.
But also, why is Eri amidst these like characters here? These are the UA students, right?
Yeah.
So she's just casually in there, even though these are all kind of the side characters, so to speak, of UA.
I think these are the ones that didn't have anything to do with like Kirishima and Uraka and Tsuyu and Bakugo and Todoroki aren't here.
Yeah, these are all the non-focused characters also, other than Eri and Mirio being added in there. So also, were they just added in as extra? Or
maybe. I gotta give a shout out though. Momo in that 4x4 panel looks like she's straight out of like a Kyoto Annie like
I mean it's Momo
show,
for
like
you.
Yeah, it's Momo, but like
number one in intelligence and beauty.
Indeed.
All right, so that's some exciting things to look forward to. I am really curious if we're gonna get like Toga student focus.
Yeah,
that could be interesting. What was the other thing? Oh, also this. It was Daddy Endeavor, Mama Todoroki, and little baby kid Todoroki, and that's just adorable.
And then the
terrifying
the Todoroki
siblings as well. Yes, and then we've got this little.
At first, I thought it was Mirio.
I thought it was Mirio as well, but then it actually has wings.
The quirk looks more like Amajiki's or Tamaki's.
Amajiki doesn't have blonde hair.
Right. So maybe that's someone
like a
new
character or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah. That's
the
end of the episode, y'all. Thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion, well, you can't because we're watching these live week to week with everyone like there. So you can check out the discussion side of things as we watch things week to week on our Discord, which any level of support on our Patreon, links in the description below, gives you access to. You can also check out full-length timer reactions there if that interests you. And you can also, on our Discord, check out Jacob's sci-fi novel that he wrote.
Yes, that's right. If you haven't heard about it before, I got a sci-fi novel that I wrote, and it's really cool, and it's called Battle Lines, and it's awesome, and it's available on Amazon. Link in the description down below in both hardback and ebook. Go check it out.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.